Hi everyone. So, following my solo trip to Zanzibar, I have received a lot of questions from you guys, and I have tried as much as possible to respond to all of you guys and to respond to all the questions you've been asking me. And today I'm here to address or to respond to the one of the questions that have been asked by most of the people, and that is on budget. Many of you would like to know how much I spend on the whole trip, that is on accommodation, the transport, and basically everything that I did when I was in Zanzibar. And I'm here to answer that. I'm here to give you the whole budget of everything that I did, and yeah, to help you plan your solo trip or to plan your trip with your friends. But before I give you the budget, if you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Penny Charles, and I recently took a solo trip to Zanzibar, and I've been, doing videos on the same experience and the places I visited there when I was there, and vitu kama hizo. So all of those videos are on my channel, and I will leave the link on my description box, and I'll also leave them somewhere on the screen. So please go back and watch those videos. They are very informative and they are very interesting to watch. Okay, so yeah, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. It's going to mean a lot to me. Also remember to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is penny underscore ig, and let's continue connecting, on Instagram, on YouTube, and everywhere. So yeah, um as I told you guys in my previous video, I went to Zanzibar by bus. So I took the SGR from Nairobi to Mombasa. Then from Mombasa to Dar es Salaam, I took a bus. All right. So from Nairobi to Mombasa, I took the SGR that I paid 1,000 shillings for the economy class. And then from Mariakani, where is now the SGR station, I took a matatu to Mombasa that I paid 200 Kenya shillings. Then from Mombasa, it was 1,600 for the bus to Dar es Salaam. And there was also an option of paying 1,800 Kenya shillings. That is for the front seats. Please refer to my previous video, you'll understand all of this. But for me, I paid 1,600 Kenya shillings from Mombasa to Dar es Salaam by bus. I took Tahmid bus to be precise. All right. So that was for the bus. So 1,000 plus 200, that is 1,200. 1,200 plus 1,600, that gives you 2,800 Kenya shillings. That is now from Nairobi all the way to Dar es Salaam. Imagine you guys, 2,800 Kenya shillings only unafika Dar es Salaam. All right. So the most expensive thing on the transport was the ferry, because I paid 4,000 Kenya shillings, 4,200 to be precise. And to me, that was quite high, but then it is the only means of transport if you're not flying, so really, huna choice, all right? So the ferry was 4,200 Kenya shillings. So if you add the ferry, that is 4,200 plus the 2,800, that gives you 7,000 Kenya shillings. So that was my one-way trip from Nairobi all the way now to Zanzibar. It was 7,000 Kenya shillings only. When I alighted the ferry, I took a taxi to show me around and to help me find a place to sleep. And for the taxi, I paid 600 Kenya shillings, and I decided to put that on the transport budget. So altogether, it gives us 7,600 Kenya shillings only. So when I was coming back, I used the same means, Zanzibar to Dar es Salaam by ferry, Dar es Salaam to Mombasa by bus. Then I also now took the SGR back to Nairobi. So it's more or less the same budget. So 7,600 times 2, that will give us 15,200 Kenya shillings only. That is now for the transport to and fro, two-way. All right. Um, as I explained also, when you're traveling to Zanzibar and you're using the bus, you have to spend at least one night in Dar es Salaam. So I spent 2 nights in Dar es Salaam, and that is when I was going. I spent one night I slept in Dar es Salaam. I woke up, went to Zanzibar, and on my way back, coming back to Nairobi, I also spent a night in Dar es Salaam. Then I woke up in the morning to take the bus to Mombasa, then Mombasa to Nairobi. And for the 2 days I spent in Dar es Salaam, that was 4,000 Kenya shillings, because the room is 2,000 Kenya shillings. So for the 2 nights, that gives us 4,000 Kenya shillings. Now, in Zanzibar, accommodation is quite expensive, because for hotels there, most of them, and the more like, we are talking about a decent hotel, you'll pay anything from 6,000 Kenya shillings kwenda juu. So that was, a bit high, and it was way above my budget. So I had to look for an alternative. The alternative you have, you can there are apartments, kuna some place they call dormitories, that where you share a room with some other people, and that was no for me. So I went for the option of apartment. I got this beautiful apartment that was really nice, very clean. Beds were really nice, and the staff was also nice. This particular apartment was called Shamanize. In case you go to Zanzibar, you can check them out. They are really good, and for me, they were affordable comparing with other places. So for the accommodation there, I was paying 3,400 Kenya shillings per night. And I did 4 nights there, so each day was 3,400, and for the 4 nights, that gives us 13,600 Kenya shillings. So if you add the 2 nights from Dar es Salaam, and now for Zanzibar, the whole now accommodation in total gives us 17,600 Kenya shillings. Okay. Now, when you get there, you have to look for means of transport. You can either do taxi, you can take a boda boda, or you can use the matatu. So me, I went for the boda boda option, because one, the boda boda guy knows the area. He's born there, so he knows. Actually, he knew every place I needed to go, so it was easy for me to move around with him. And we agreed on the amount I'll be giving him every day. And for 3 days, I paid him 2,000 Kenya shillings. And one day, because where we were going wasn't very far, I paid him Kenya shillings 850. So for the boda boda guy, for all the days that I was there, I paid him Kenya shillings 6,850. That is for the boda boda. Now, the fun places that I went to, that is the Jozani Forest, Prison Island, and so many other places that I told you about in my previous video. All those places you pay for entrance fee, and most of them it's anything between 500 Kenya shillings and 1,000. All right. So if I put that together, I put the money I used on food, that is lunch and dinner, because for the apartment, the 3,400 gives you bed and breakfast. So I had to pay for lunch and pay for dinner outside. All right. So if I put the money that I spend on entrance fees, tips za kupatia how guide, and food, and fruits, a few things here and there, and also the snacks that I ate when I was traveling, nikipiga hesabu vizuri, that gives me around 20,000. So basically, after the transport and accommodation and my boda boda guy, there's those other little things. When I put them together, that will give me around 20,000 Kenya shillings. So if I add that to my budget, I'm getting about 60,000 Kenya shillings. And why I'm so sure I spend around that much, it's because when I left here, I had a budget of 55 Kenya shillings. And now when I got back, looking at my M-Pesa statements, I realized that I overspent na kitu kama 5,000. So I'd say with confidence that my whole budget was 60,000 Kenya shillings. All right, so that is the budget, and I feel like mine was a little bit high because I was traveling alone. There's nothing I was cost sharing with anyone. So I feel like if you travel with a friend or with a group of friends, it will be a little bit cheaper. because I mean, most of the things you're going to share, you can decide to take a taxi, you share. For the accommodation, I think you can share as well. So mine was a bit high because I was traveling alone. But then if you wish to travel alone, that is the budget. So we are looking into like 60, 65 thereabout, depending na unataka soft life to what extent. Okay, but really I can say I was traveling on a budget because I didn't do a lot of soft life stuff. All right, so that is it. So if you want to travel to Zanzibar, that is the budget. You can, you can take along a friend, or travel alone when you unajisikia tu. Either way, it's going to work out for you. So that is it. That is the budget. If you're flying, if you want to go by flight, of course the budget is going to be a little bit high. But if you're going by road, anything from 55 to 65,000 thereabout, you're going to be just fine. All right, yeah, that is it with the budget. If you have more questions, please, you know what to do. Leave them on the comment section and I'll definitely get back to you. As I said, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We are road to 4K, and I'd love it if you guys just subscribe to my channel. And each time you watch my videos, please make sure you like them. Even if they're not my videos, any video that you watch on YouTube, please make sure you like it. It means a lot to us content creators. Hey, I'm a content creator. Yeah, that is it for today. In my next video, I'll try show you the room that I spent my 4 nights in, that is in Zanzibar, and tell you about, I mean, the kidogo information I gathered about accommodation in Zanzibar. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you watch my previous videos. They are very informative and they are very interesting, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.